Good evening, everybody. Welcome once again to Saberlight Nights presents our fight night, and it's 41 of these guys. Oh my goodness.
A whole lot of fight
Tonight,
nights.
that is a whole lot of fight nights. Tonight, we're going to see a mixture of a couple different fights from a couple different fight nights, and these should be great. So glad that we have Smaff with us, representing, and we've got brought to you, of course, every week by Kai Sabers and Mando Core and our wonderful friends up there, the Frozen Tundra of the Northwest, Chubby Dog Coffee. So, yeah, let's get some fighting going.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited.
Oh, Joe versus Christy. Ah,
She just improves every week. I love watching her.
every single week. Look at the way she's keeping her blade between Joe and her.
Bottom of the blade. I didn't really.
Yeah,
Keep going.
Joe has to work around her to get this.
So it's getting better at the timing.
Yes. Joe on the inside, 1-0. Fight.
He gave that to Joe. Interesting.
I
saw
know.
it for
I was
Christy,
thinking the same
but-
thing. I was thinking Christy there too.
That was AJ, but
Yeah.
yeah.
But we got
AJ's
refs on the other
calling
side calling it as well, so it's not AJ alone.
1-1. Fight.
And that one went to Christy, but I had that one for Joe. Just you know, perspective is everything, right?
Yep. Look, she's copying Joe there. She's moving her blade around the way
Mhm.
Joe's moving his blade around. I love that.
I would like to see some more like beat attacks out of her. Like if she's
Mhm.
gonna hold it like that, just clear it out of the way and just smack him in the head.
That's the gem so in you, Ryan. I appreciate it so much.
I still say
I agree
the
100%.
mathematics is the master
I'm
of that.
constantly attacking blades myself.
Yes.
It's a great tactic.
Oh.
If you know what to do once you've attacked the blade.
Way to
You know,
return.
obviously the blade can't get you a point, so
Right. Well, actually, no, it can. If you hit it hard enough into somebody, it will.
oh
get
yeah,
you
that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Look at that.
Hand.
4-2.
Good honor call there. It's a nasty little swipe.
Joe definitely has the best blade work out of all of us.
Easily.
I'm interested to see Christy incorporating a little more Makashi into her little one-handed action into her style. You don't usually see that out of her. Usually it's two hands firmly planted.
It's true.
But yeah, this is why she's doing the one-handed stuff. It's really fun to watch. And look, see, there. Oh,
I would have called
Christy.
that Simo, but definitely looked
Oh, I
like
had
it hit
Christy.
Christy's head by a nose.
6-3.
By a nose.
Yeah. Good.
that's what I'm saying right now. But that's what I was saying then.
7-3. Fight.
That was a tough point. Nobody wants to give up those ones.
Yeah.
Ooh, good footwork there, Joe. Not that I expected much less, but
Oh, there you go. That's good.
nice
Good
point,
job,
Christy.
Christy.
Very good. Very good timing.
Thank you. Fight.
You know, anybody who's ever watched your guys' videos knows that Joe is a good fighter. So Christy's holding her own pretty well.
Yep, she's bringing it to Joe and making Joe move, making Joe work.
I had her hilting him twice before that last
Oh, okay. I'm gonna keep it at 6-4. Try again. Fight.
Okay.
6'4", not too bad.
She knows to attack the blade. She's just not attacking the blade. She's just tapping it to give it a little.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I like that she fights with both hands, though. That's cool.
7-4.
Mhm. Right and left. She's just switching it up.
No.
Yeah.
That was
So-
after.
Good honor.
That was after she hit me in the balls.
Yeah.
It was fine. I should have had a cup on.
Ooh,
Yeah.
good upward cut
Good one.
from Joe there to get the underside of the wrist.
Yeah.
That's a really good strike.
Yeah. Joe has this uppercut that he was getting me in the fight before this too, with that uppercut. And it's,
Christy just used it on him.
she tried. Yeah.
9-5, 9.
I know Eric from San Diego Sabres, when I sparred with him, that was one of the things that he was getting me with the most was that, and he comes, you know, I don't know, for anybody who doesn't know, he's in a wheelchair. So he's automatically got the tip of his blade at the perfect angle to come under your hand. You know what I mean? And he knows it, and he'll tell you that too. He's like, I'm going to go underneath your wrist and cut you upwards. So that was a fun fight. Good job, Christy, keeping up with Joe. And Joe, you know, did what Joe does, which is always a good display of some martial arts.
Yep. And then Ryan
What's up is me versus Trip.
That power that he
Ryan,
hits.
I like it. Is that a 24-inch blade?
No, that's what is. He's running what, 32-inch blade on his?
Yeah, he's running shorter,
max
but he's got a
length.
long handle.
Oh wait, is that Trip? Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
Trip on the right, I'm on the left.
I'm so used to seeing Ryan in all black.
Yeah.
Watching him in the khakis threw me off.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, what size blade is that? It does
It
look
looks like a 32.
Okay.
Yeah. Just a longer hilt. And,
Yeah.
2, 1, fight!
Chica calling it.
Oh,
Oof, good job.
great
Good
honor.
job.
2s, fight!
I feel like what I'm seeing is a little behind what I'm hearing. But
That was good. That was a great parry, by the way.
Yeah, great exchange.
catching up.
Good parry.
I was just too surprised that I actually did it. I hesitated.
Yeah.
That was a fun exchange because I
Fight!
did the first strike, then I blocked the next one perfectly, and then it was like, holy shit, I blocked that, and then I got it.
That was hill.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That was hill. Yeah.
Admiring your work is always a futile
It's
enterprise.
a bad idea. I don't care how cool it was.
Yeah. And we all do it.
Oh,
That was pretty though. Headshot.
freeze!
Is he having tip issues?
No, he's a fencer, so he's used to like doing that between.
Oh, it's almost like a tick now.
to have
Just
it. Yep.
fastening the tip.
Yep.
I kind of appreciate that actually.
Oh, great honor. 4-3, fight! Oh, we'll say Simon on that gentleman.
Oh, you hit me. Hit him. He hit me.
Oh,
I hit his blade. It was already on me, but I hit it further into me.
okay, great honor. 4s, fight!
Chica's enthusiasm is awesome.
Oh yeah.
Take your time.
Ryan, you're gonna give the new kids a false sense of confidence with that sideways
4,
guard.
5, trip, fight!
Oh, good lord.
Can't let it get you. Oh! Back right
Oh,
there.
That was lucky. If I hadn't got that hit, I was gonna get right in the face.
y'all got gas, gentlemen. Fight! Oh, 6-5. I saw Ryan on the hand first.
Oh, he got me on the pinky, yeah.
Fight!
Fuck that. Nice touch.
This is the old man fight.
Oh, you got that one.
Talking it through as I catch my breath.
There we are. 6s. Fighters ready.
You guys are putting a little work in.
Yeah, they are.
This was later in the day, so we were both actually pretty gassed.
You hit yourself.
Whoop. Good dodge.
I'm not taking it. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Was it blade or was it my hill?
Super.
Doesn't matter. I don't want that point.
Suba's part of the hilt.
Exactly.
What are you saying? Because he hit my blade and it knocked the Suba right into
7-6
my
trip.
shin guard there.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
okay.
We were arguing whether it was blade or Suba that hit, and it was Suba.
Gotcha.
Great
Did what I
honor.
wanted, and I still got hit.
Whatever that metal sound
7.
is
That's a
making
Suba.
Fight!
the hair on the back of my neck stand up.
Yep.
That's why I don't fight with a Suba, man. It just It's like fingernails on a chalkboard.
Good dodge.
Oh,
One of it I missed.
8, 7, trip, fight. Oh,
oh, kill him!
Almost saved it.
9, 7, trip. Almost had that recovery, nasty.
You almost picked it up in time.
Yeah.
Well, at first I stopped.
I
and
appreciate
was
that
like,
he did
now
not
what?
hesitate
I was like, oh,
to
shoot,
cut
he's
you
going
right
for it.
down.
If you just stood there, I wouldn't hit you.
That's my kind of guy right there.
Fighters ready. Fight.
I had a parent come up to me one time after a weapons class where I was yelling at their kid to like go like stab the other person while they were
Oh.
down around.
Yeah.
Same
Saw
situation.
Ryan, the hand.
She was like, "Is that really acceptable to
9,
me
8.
around the children?" And I was like, "Well, he's
Yeah, I
15,
thought I
so
hit you too, that's why I didn't
I'm
go.
cool with it."
You dropped it. Let me get it.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'll
Life
drop
or
it in your
death,
pocket.
man. There's no fair in the streets.
Yeah.
Oof. What's that guard? What's that guard? Mm-hmm.
Really?
One thing I like about our fights is there is a whole lot of parrying. So we're actually catching each other's blades.
Mm-hmm.
You don't necessarily see that in a lot of saber fights.
It also like
Great
is a
honor.
reflection of the fighters a lot of
9.
time to me. Like
Sudden
people who
death.
are in it for competition almost exclusively, a lot of times like the fights are I don't want to say boring because
There
if you're in it
is.
to win or lose, like boring is not even, it doesn't matter. You know what I
Right.
mean? You're just in it to win or lose. But I feel like with you guys, you're treating it so much like a martial art, you know, and that's not the way that everybody wants to do it. That's fine. But that's the way we all do it.
Yeah.
And it lends itself to a little bit more interesting fighting style, in my opinion. You know,
Trip's always fun because Trip he was a saber Olympic style fencer like all through college. I think he did it like Princeton. So he has a whole lot of experience doing that. Whereas I'm coming off of just like years of lacrosse and then a few years of saber
Mhm.
training with Courtney. And our styles are very, very different, but I do fight with him a lot. So I picked up on some of his stuff.
Mhm.
He's starting to kind of pick up some of our stuff too. Like he every now and then you'll see him go two-handed, which he'd never
Good.
do before. So it's
Yeah, he would
cool to see
never
it
do that
changing.
Yeah. When you guys fight a lot though, and you do train together, or even if it's the kind of thing where you come together for an event a few times a year and you see each other and you end up fighting, you do see more of the parrying, the block and riposte, the whole dodging meaning something and not just being like a quick side, like actually meaningfully dodging each other's strikes and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, when you actually get a chance to meet that type of person in a competition setting, it lends itself again to a really cool fight.
Right.
So that'll be fun.
Well, I think this is the one I was referring to earlier where Roland goes off. Let's see.
1-0 rolling. And
Just that little poke in there,
0
just
rolling. And fight.
Well, this
Oh,
is AJ
man.
normally hunts blades and
Yeah.
Roland is all over him.
I can't
2-1. And fight.
I can't move his blade. I don't care what the
Wiggle
heck.
fight.
He's one-handed, and it's a
He's very
freaking
strong.
steel bar. He's a girder,
And fight.
and he can reach you from the other side of the.
Oh, very heavy hilt with you.
No.
And fight.
Fought with the same
I like the blue that you have there, Roland. You don't see that color very often.
Yeah,
The Nightwing blue there.
I'm adding parts and pieces and doing some things. So I'm gonna have some
That was beautiful right
arm
there.
armor. Yeah, I'm gonna have some arm armor. The stripe that goes down the arms.
Yeah. Yep.
Can do the dance.
So-
Blade matches. It's very cool.
Yeah, so Mark, this is what Roland will do to people in tournaments. Like he did it to Chris Watson in our first tournament. He did it to Adam Rondo in our big tournament last year, where he just
When
I hit the
hit the hair's
punyo.
ass and he's like in your face, everything works. Like he doesn't miss.
Hold on,
He doesn't-
hold on, hold on. You already got him.
Well,
And fight.
he didn't
Is
recognize it. I didn't recognize it.
Is this just Giddy Roland? Is this just Roland?
There's like 3
Well, I didn't want AJ
Like,
coming
geez.
out of that corner.
He did.
Because he can hit me from that corner,
9-4.
all the way on the other side.
Fuck
You got to
out.
take
I
it
need
to
to-
him.
Yeah, I gotta be
Hey,
underneath
oh.
of him.
9-5 and fight.
And so if
Sound
I'm gonna be
strategy.
I gotta be way underneath. Oh, look at that.
That was a beautiful headshot.
there first.
Hell no.
That was
That
that
was-
real for just like don't piss off
Good
Roland.
work.
I mean, that was like,
It was like what, a minute long fight?
Something like that.
It's cool. when you do that. I love
yes.
seeing it.
Chico versus Ryan.
Chico
This
versus
one-
me.
Oh,
This should be interesting.
this is fun. Jump around, jump around. Ryan just, okay. Whatever.
How old is Chico?
27.
Relatively.
27, something like that.
Okay. He's got the energy of like a 16-year-old.
Yeah.
He trains like no. I mean, it's
Shit.
insane.
Yeah.
He puts
yeah.
up like it's like 100 squats, 200 jump rope daily, some suicides in there. I mean, the boy
Yeah.
trains constantly.
Between rounds, he's doing laps or he's jumping rope.
Nobody's better
You know.
prepared. That's going to pay off huge.
Gas tank wins fights.
Yes, easily.
When everything else is even or relatively so, the gas tank will win
Endurance, yep.
every time. Unless somebody gets lucky. Also, did he put black on his blade?
No, it's a purple blade.
It's
Oh,
a very
okay.
dark purple blade. It's
Like a
you
day
can't-
blade?
Yeah, it's you can't see it. And try seeing it at night, even though it's quote unquote lit, you can't see it.
Right.
So it's really hard to call. Because all of a sudden I see just black across somebody's glove or something. I'm like, was that contact or did he hit?
Uh-huh. So, Ryan, what is it? I hate to use the word spastic. That's the wrong word. But what is it like to go against Chico? Because
It's a
It's
little
like-
worrying.
it's like a dotted line between spastic and just
Very
energetic. You know what I mean?
Hair thin, yes.
And if he's listening, that's not an insult. I mean,
Nope.
truthfully, I wish I had that sort of like
Energy
We all
still.
do.
focus
bottle it.
almost. You know, it's
You
like a
wanna bottle
high
it, sell
level
it.
focus.
I would say it's a little bit intimidating. So when you're fighting
Yeah.
him, it's very, very intense. You know, all the moves are very, very fast. You gotta mind your P's and Q's, and you gotta have very good
Yeah.
footwork.
It seems
But,
like if you're like a brown belt sparring with like a blue belt, you know what I mean? Like you're
Mhm.
kind of nervous because you know that they're decent at the actual physical part of it, but they just haven't built up the experience yet. You know,
Mhm.
that's a
Exactly.
dangerous combination.
It is.
Wait till- yeah.
With him, you know, what I'm working on with him right now is developing patience and learning to read other fighters.
Mm-hmm.
So this is actually toned down version. This is him reading and reacting a little bit better. Full on Chico. If you want to watch Full on Chico, watch him in Saber Strong last weekend. Fought some very good fighters there. He did very, very well. But the first fight, you could definitely see he was definitely feeling the nervousness.
Mm-hmm.
He did really well against Bobby. But yeah, once he calms down a little bit, I say this every time we talk about Chico. Once he calms down and reads a little bit better, instead of always trying to attack, reacting, I think it's going to be pretty amazing.
That'll come with time.
Oh yeah,
He's going to be so dangerous.
like that was beautiful.
I actually
Mhm.
think it was Chico's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. 4-6. I thought you were saying it was yours. No. 4-6.
It's not a problem, but one of the byproducts of doing all that exercise is that you do have to constantly be in motion. You're like a shark, you know. If you stop swimming, you just like you don't feel good about anything. And
You're gonna back up
that's
and
probably where he's at. But once he finds that balance of like
5-6.
calm
6-5, Ryan.
but energetic,
He needs to
he'll
find his
really
zen.
nail it down.
Yep.
Yep.
0 in.
I won't.
I was gonna do my grandpa strike.
I'm not gonna cut.
Paint you in.
Whatever you gotta
do,
You gotta have fun while you're doing it, right?
Right.
Yeah, yeah, I love that.
Don't forget why you did it in the
Nice.
first place.
Beautiful touch.
I mean, he's keeping right with me. We're at what, 6-6 right now?
Yep, 6-6, yeah.
Yep, yep.
7-6. Now,
Something like that. That's a beauty.
his control is so much better. He's
Uh-huh.
he's measuring his distances better.
8.
Especially
Definitely.
before, he was sort of honestly, it was overcompensating all the time.
Yes.
Almost through you or not close enough.
Exactly.
So he didn't. So now he's just. He knows that if you're in motion, oh, I can hit you before you come in. And bang.
Exactly.
Yep.
Fight.
You can really tell exactly what you're talking about if you were to go back and watch some
Oh,
of the
yeah.
stuff from
That's
even
your
like a
move,
month or
buddy.
2 ago. You would be able to tell the
9-7.
difference.
Fight.
No, he's improving very, very well.
Oh yeah.
That range game is I don't think it's hard to develop,
8-9.
but it's really critical to be able to like close your eyes and know exactly how far away your hand or your strike
Mhm.
or your blade tip or whatever
Yes.
is.
Yeah.
You know.
Yes, sir.
Well, when we were doing this too, Tripp actually brought up a very good point when Tripp was fighting him, in that a lot of the points that I was getting on him there was between his guard switches, because he would do them
Mhm.
offensively. He'd be starting high and then switching low, but moving forward when doing so. Me being me, I would time that out and bring it down at the right time.
Right.
So what we talked to him about was actually, it's fine to do those switches, but you got to do your range better. So if you're going to switch back, step back instead of stepping into it. Whereas you would just attack out of it if you're going to step forward. And that definitely paid off quite a bit.
Bless you.
Bless
Bless
you.
Bless you, Joe.
Yeah.
All right. Christy versus
Christy
AJ.
versus AJ. Oh, see, and again, I love these fights because the difference in style, the difference in size, the difference in people.
No, it doesn't get much. Unless I think Christy might be taller than Vince, so I think the only difference would be bigger would be AJ versus Vince.
Yeah, yeah.
AJ's definitely our tallest guy.
On that night, yeah. But he's so freaking strong, so freaking long.
Yeah, but look at the tight Makashi blade work. That really tight half circle blade work.
That was so beautiful to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Christy's picking that up. Joe's forcing everybody else to play with their blades now, and AJ never used to.
Oh,
It
I
was
saw a
just
point in there,
swing
but it didn't
pack.
get called. Maybe it didn't make contact.
Yeah.
Oh,
But-
they make contact.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh, wow.
Keep
AJ
it up, though.
just got that. That was so pretty to watch. Christy's really bringing it around. AJ doing it. I love watching it because so good.
Pretty good early
Especially
lead
from
by
where it
AJ,
used to
though.
be.
That was nice, though. Right to the chest.
Right there.
That's the way
Yep.
game.
It looks like Christy has improved her stance a little bit as well. I know the last
There you
time,
go.
or maybe it was a couple times ago that I was on, we were talking about how she was very squared up with the blade really far ahead of her.
Mhm.
And it was kind of like a nervous energy, and it seems like she's calmed the energy down. The foot is back a
Good
little
job,
bit
good
from
job.
the other foot, and the
Mhm.
blade is now in a medium position.
God.
So
Yep. Yep.
I like the
And she-
progression here,
Yep. And she's moving more laterally.
laterally.
As well.
Exactly.
defense.
Joe's busting his chops.
Man, AJ's blade work though, oh, crisp as a potato chip.
Okay. You can throw out the excuses.
Yes.
That's what she said.
I got arms are like 2.5 feet longer than let's go.
Exactly.
He really knows how tall he is too. Like it's a very Sith-like stance he's taking. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah, both
really
of us do, but
tall,
yeah.
feet together
On
almost.
clothes, I was 270 on the scale.
It's working for him. I like it. I like the Dooku vibes.
No, you got him first.
Okay.
So,
Oh, I did?
Yep. On the hilt.
Okay.
right?
It's okay though.
My blade's starting to wiggle a bit.
Well done.
Yes, the retention screw.
Oh.
Nice.
Only there was a better way to do things.
And fight.
But she just put up 7 points in a row before he got that last point.
Yep.
Oh,
Should have had that one. She just stepped in a little bit more.
Hill,
That
that
last
last
did
one.
he
Hill.
get that
The
upward
yeah,
strike?
you're right,
Because
the
that was
first
a
one
clean
Hill
upward strike.
Was Blade, but the second one was Hill.
But yeah, it looked like she snuck that tip in. Ooh.
Way to time it.
Ooh, Christy.
Look at that.
Good.
7. And fight.
That was AJ, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
She's not having it.
7.
She's just, you can wave her around. I'll pop. She's not having it. She's not scared of him.
He's got bigger
Good
motions
job.
overall. Still
You
tight,
gotta
still
get what you
clean,
can,
tight
man.
motions, but
Take
bigger
the
than
ones-
she's using. But he's getting the tip back to where he needs it pretty quickly. That being said, she's very
9-9.
economical with her blade work right now, and it's those small little jabbing strikes.
Well done.
that
Good
she's
job,
doing
Christy.
most with.
That was awesome.
She wins the fight too, no?
Yeah.
Good job.
She won it.
Well
Good
done.
job.
Yeah. Yep. She learned because she wasn't, again, economical. She wasn't
Right.
before. Now she's completely zoned in. She knows exactly where her target box
Yep.
is.
Well,
And so
especially
she's-
against like AJ, he's moving that blade around that much, and it's
Mhm.
working for him pretty well. You know, you have to have the tighter motion, or you're not going to get in there.
Yep.
Mm.
And that's why, and it was so good to see. So
Mhm.
good to see.
Mhm.
And
Trip
that
versus
fight, I mean,
Chica.
her timing was really, really on point.
Mhm.
Yep.
Good match by both of them. It's fun to watch.
Exactly.
Chico and Trip. Oh, talk about energy levels. Holy crap. I'm gonna need a nap after watching this one.
Right.
Oh, nice. 1-0 Chico. Fight.
I've been messing around with a
2-0
longer
Chico. Fight.
hilt and shorter blade setup, and I gotta admit, I do like it. I don't know if his is as short as the setup I've been messing with. Part of it is just like the room I've been practicing in has been smaller. But I do kind of like
hit
the
the walls.
balance of it, with a deeper tang on the blade too. You know,
The
having
balance
4 or
is better
5
and you're a little bit faster, but you still got to get past that blade.
Still
So
got to
you
get
gotta be
past
able to
it.
clear
Yeah, that is still a problem. It's a glaring problem. And Trip is like that long lunge, but you see how much it threw him off balance, even to an experienced person like himself.
Now, in my opinion, like, I mean, Trip does this well.
Chico on the inside.
But if you had like Trip's experience in Chico with that short blade, then I think
Yeah.
it would work better because
It's a different
Chico
fight
doesn't
altogether
get
now.
Tired.
Yeah.
But Trip's older like me, so Trip gets tired. But it's what he's used to, so that's what he goes with, and it works for him. Like I said, I mean, he wins more often than not.
I think it popped off. Did it? Yeah. Okay. 4-3 Chico. Thank you, sir. Fight.
Good on her.
I got Trip there. 4-all. Fight. Hold. 5-4. Trip. Fight.
Trip gets
I
away with it
feel
because
like-
his timing is.
I'm sorry,
absolutely
go ahead.
perfect. I said Trip gets away with using it because his timing is perfect. He also has, more paris and riposte than
Hit me.
most people.
Yeah.
Done it more than most people ever will.
Well, Olympic style fencing,
Fight.
since it only goes 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock back and forth, you really have to have your range dialed in, like we were talking about with Chico earlier.
Trip, that was pretty clear.
And now
That's fine.
Chico's
That's
getting a
fine.
little
Yeah.
taste of somebody who's a little better at the thing he's doing well.
Right.
Was it 6-5? Yep. Yes, sir.
But with that short blade, like you said, it's all about compensation.
hmm
You got to move more, but you do have the balance and the ability to manipulate the blade quickly.
Hold. 7-6 Trip. Fight.
I'd like to see Chico keep the hilt just a hair closer to his body.
hmm
Maybe a hair like higher. Not much.
Mhm.
I feel like it's a little lower than his groin, which is a tough place to strike from and parry from.
8-7. Fight.
That was nice there.
8-6. 8-7. 7-6. Okay.
He's got a low stance though. Maybe that has something to do with it. He's feeling very like strong in that position. It looks like.
You have 8, Trip. Yeah.
He wants to pounce.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. He's loaded up at all times.
I got him. Yep. 8 all. Definitely him. Fight.
We tied it up.
I think we both hit each other, but throw it out. You see it.
I feel like Tripp and I have a similar style, at least in terms of form 2 or one-handed. It's like a fishing pole style, almost like
Solid hit to the hand.
trying to find that wrist at all times.
Mhm.
Hunting for wrists, hunting for elbows.
Yep.
That's pretty much what I make my living on.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's.
9 all. Yep.
I like that. That's where I end up poking.
That was a
I'll
good
hit you
job.
here. I'll hit you.
Thank
right
you.
here.
Thank you.
I'm really enjoying watching Tripp. I've seen him before, but I feel like this is the clearest I've seen him. Video quality and just the fight. There's a lot of him being exhibited right now, so
Mhm.
it's cool.
Mhm.
Good fight, gentlemen. Good job.
Yeah. Yeah.
Joe versus AJ.
Yeah. And again, style versus style.
Mm-hmm.
Versus
Styles make
AJ versus
matchups.
Joe. Look at
AJ won.
good honor call on
I
Joe.
don't realize how bright these lights are until you're stuck without.
Now, Roland, correct me if I'm wrong, but you and your brother have similar training, right?
Yes. Yes.
It's funny because your
Jonah,
fighting
yep.
styles aren't as
So,
similar
1-to-1
as I
fight.
would think they would be.
It's all what
Well-
you take from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Part of that is Joe has had more broadsword experience
Okay.
from his sort of
Switch, but Joe got that
recreationist
really good
sort of
switch
days.
too.
Okay.
I tend to come at it from both stage combat, and then we both picked up sport fencing at the same
Right.
time.
I remember you telling me
Joe's
that.
got 3.
And,
AJ's
so-
got 1. Fight.
You know, it's just those types of things. Plus, we both have the sort
Riding a
of
pony.
Filipino martial arts single
Yeah.
stick, double stick.
Coconuts.
And you are you twins? You're not twins.
No,
Got AJ on
no,
that,
he's
that's
2 years
2,
younger than I.
3.
Okay.
And
Like-
I don't know what I'm
So
Better
it will
looking
be
taller.
expected then
But, yeah.
a little more that you would have a different fighting style. I don't fight
Yeah.
the same way as my brothers.
right.
But we have nuances,
yeah,
similar
yeah.
nuances.
You'll,
3 to 3.
the
Fight.
the blade dance.
Mm-hmm.
It's inherent to both of us. It's really weird because Joe's a broadsworder, but he
I got
doesn't
AJ.
like to
4.
swing.
Slice so much, right?
Yeah, neither one of us really likes to, to do the cuts. We like to thrust, and
Yeah.
so everything to us becomes a thrust.
Okay.
Right.
AJ.
Even if we're swinging down,
5,
we're going to
3,
turn that into a
Going
thrust,
for the tip to
top of
make
your hand to the
contact.
bottom.
Yep.
Fight.
Yep.
And that's what lends itself for us for lightsabers, because if these are lightsabers, then I don't need to
Oof.
force my way through
Weird about
you.
AJ is he's
Exactly.
not swinging that hard,
I
but
just
there's
need to
so
just
much
touch
power
you,
behind it,
and so
that
therefore
it's
the
so
tip of the
weird
blade
place.
is
You
so
don't
much
think it's
more
gonna knock the
important,
shit out of it, but it does.
even though, everybody else goes cuts,
AJ.
and, but that's
7,
again,
4.
that's
Fight.
where our mentality is. And that's
Yeah.
why. But you'll
Well,
see it in a
throughout
lot of that.
history, the end of the sword has always been the part
Mm.
most focused on by the sword art.
Yeah, look at how
Uh,
AJ's swinging and versus Joe, and oh my God,
Exactly.
that interplay right there is just beautiful.
Fight.
But that would be the way to counter all that tip work, right? Is to use the thick or the meat of the blade again
Yes,
in
the
your
fort
strategy,
versus
right?
the weak, right?
5.
Yes,
Exactly.
Fight.
but see, Joe can withdraw it so fast
Exactly.
and pull it back in. So you're swinging and you're
So,
swinging.
let me
past
just point
it.
out, like Joe's whacking the hell out of that blade, and it like moves 2 inches.
Yeah, it's barely moving at
AJ
all.
is so strong; it just doesn't
His
move.
control
It's
over his weapon is pretty,
It's primal.
yeah, admirable.
Look at
This might be my favorite fight of the night so far.
easily
6.
worthwhile.
Fight.
You can see they're like trying to find the anti move to each other's move.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, good on
9
you.
to
They
7.
are great
Fight.
antithesis for the
Yeah.
other one. AJ
Ooh.
is solid and
Joe on that one.
strong,
Lee,
and Joe is
because he's
air.
coming in.
He's coming around him,
AJ coming down.
finding
He
ways
jumped
in and
out of
out.
there.
Move the boss.
Go with that.
It looks like
Uh,
AJ's varying
9
his
to 8.
style a little more, but
Right.
Joe's actual strikes are varying within each exchange.
Ah, you got me.
You know what I mean?
Nice.
Go through there.
So, kill each other.
I mean, nuts.
Fight.
Come on.
Oh!
That was
Oh man, that
Well
wine
done.
Broke the hand.
What a good fight. Yeah, that was probably my favorite so far.
I
No
was
offense to
watching
the other
it,
guys,
but
they've all been good, but that was
Yeah.
up
That-
there.
That rolling
Back
dice
and move
sucks.
around and stuff.
Oh, and Sprague versus
turn the camera
Christy.
Snakes.
That's on.
Oh no, it's turning rolling.
Good jab there from Mike.
1-0.
No, I just turned
Fight.
it on. Oh.
Had a
Nice,
Sanchez
I was gonna
moment
say, you
there.
gonna burp every time there's a score now?
Yes.
I could if I wanted to, but
Oh, if she had just reached another inch, she'd have been in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
she got there though.
That point went to her, right? Yep.
Yeah.
Look at
I get Christy on that 2-1. Fight.
Definitely seeing improvement. Oh my god, yeah.
Their armors are actually fairly similar too.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Got Mike, twos. You good?
Yeah, we did.
All right, fight.
That's my favorite armor combination. All my martial arts gear is red and black, unless I couldn't use it.
Christy on that 3-2.
he's got his silver, and if you get a look at his mask, he's scary. He's so intimidating.
That is a cool mask.
You
Yeah.
saw an honor, and I think I saw Christy.
Ooh.
on that as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, she got
4-2.
me.
Oh,
Fight.
but yeah.
This side disagrees.
Ouch.
Mm,
Got Mike on that 4-3.
Headshot.
$50.
Fight.
that was tough. That looked like that was a result of her just not being tall enough.
Well, yeah, and she ran into it, and when her head
Yeah.
goes back like that, you know.
She was on her way out and
Christy.
still got hit.
Blades, but
Don't worry, Christy. I
He's
know what
boss.
that's like. Every Wednesday at
exactly.
7 p.m. I know what that's
he
like.
said nothing happened, so keep going.
Keep fighting.
Keep
Fight! Hit him in the balls.
Neither do I hear you. I got a mask blocking my ears.
Ooh.
The
Is
sideline
Mike always
commentary.
left-handed, or is he just practicing left-handed right
He's-
now?
Practicing that.
Okay.
No, he fights with left-handed more than the right, but
Right,
he
true.
fights with both.
Underneath again.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That was a nice little short pop.
Christy, change the angle of your blade ever so slightly more often, and that strike will score less often.
You alright?
About time. No, just- he's playing.
Now that I said that, Mike's going to
It's a
adjust his
joke.
blade
I
and
know, yeah,
score
yeah.
on you.
Oh,
There you
But
go.
that's what it's for. Learning moments.
Yep, yep. The back and
After
forth
this,
of
would you like
the.
to play?
I learned
Yep.
this, so now you've got to
Yep,
accommodate.
yep.
Yep. Just throwing her out, throwing her out, throwing her out. What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay.
no, you,
Let me switch
This
sides
is
and now
a
I'm
pretty-
changing my call.
this wouldn't have been a close fight 3 months ago, and now it is.
Yep.
Mhm.
Ooh.
On that 7-5. Fight. Spring.
good.
8-5. Fight.
Boy, that just dropped down.
Nice.
Good.
Nice. He's not falling for the bait.
Oh,
That was so close.
oh, oh.
All right. Good honor.
Yep, good. Good, good.
There we go.
7-6.
Yep.
Fight.
Mike's throwing stuff, and
Good
she's
job,
not
Chris.
falling for it.
Keep
She
attacking, Mike.
says, "I don't care. Put that out there. I don't care."
Yeah, I mean,
8-6.
8-6.
Fight.
when you are the bigger, more experienced fighter, you've got two choices. You either go more or you go less.
9-6.
But you don't really want to match him.
Right.
And he's electing to
Take
go
him
a
out,
little
Christy.
more than usual. And,
Poke him.
and
Hit him in the face.
that's what I would do.
Mm-hmm.
Poke his
Especially
bum
against
bump.
Christy. She's not afraid, so you gotta
Yeah.
Kind of
take the
bring
point
it.
to her.
Mhm.
All right.
Okay.
No, that's
Good
out.
honor.
I think she
I
did.
think so.
Could really
as
feel.
well. So 9-7. Fight. Yeah, now if you bring up the point.
Oh,
There
that
you
was
go.
good.
Definitely your.
So 9-8.
Way to time that punch.
good.
All right.
Well done.
Oh, and Mike is back up. Here we go.
Yep. Ryan versus Mike.
Fight.
Look at Mike's footwork.
Ryan, one.
Jumping. He's pulling back
Fight.
a little bit before he goes.
Yep.
I wasn't sure you was calling with you walking around that way.
Gotta stay behind the camera.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Ooh. No point.
Close though.
Measuring each other.
Oh, I thought that nabbed his glove. Guess not.
Yeah.
Hold.
Yeah, you got
All
just
right,
the tip of the hilt there.
1-1.
By the least amount possible.
Fight.
Preferably. Don't lie.
Ryan, to your point earlier, when you learn to
I was like cringing, man. I felt
employ those blade beats and strikes and manipulations, it's almost like you get a little bit excited when your opponent starts touching your blade. It's like, oh, you're gonna do something I want you to do now.
Ooh, hold. 2-1. Ryan. Fight.
Give me a, I'm just gonna shut my video off for a second.
Yep.
But seriously, the blade work, the back and forth.
No, it was
Look at,
He just missed it.
he just
Oh,
measures
that
it.
was Sprague.
2.
cringer I was waiting for earlier.
Yeah. Fight.
You just know it's coming, so you close your eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, Sprague.
That wasn't a hit, so that looked like a hit, and I've watched this.
Okay, I'll go
There
with
was no
that.
hit
It did
there.
look like it got
No hit at
okay.
all, huh?
So
Crazy.
2s.
I don't think so.
It was
Fight.
so
That's
close.
crazy that it wasn't a hit. I mean,
I know, right?
I'm looking now and I'm like,
It was damn close, I'll give you that.
Right.
Too much conjecture. Still 2s.
Oh
Fight.
yeah, fight.
He said fight.
Hold.
Ryan.
That's 3-2. Ryan, fight.
That was pretty.
Sprague's keeping Ryan at bay.
Ooh.
Oop.
Make
Oop.
Ryan waste effort.
It's not wasted
Oh,
effort.
Good
Hold.
job,
Good on
Mike.
it.
There's zero effort wasted
Yes,
there,
Fight.
Yeah.
but that's okay.
Ooh,
How the hell we with that?
both of you.
Both
There's
of
another
you.
one that should have hit that didn't.
Hold.
Yeah.
Sprague. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Sprague.
3-4. Mike, fight.
Oof.
Hold. 5. Or that was Sprague
No, that was me.
first. Yeah. What's the score?
So it's been 5 then.
5-3. 3. Not 5-4?
That was 5-4.
I think it's 5.
Yeah, it's
5-4. My fault.
5-4.
Yep.
5-4. Fight.
You only had some clickers.
I want to look for like a counter app so we can not get so confused.
You
I
have
do that all
to.
the time.
That was Ryan.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ryan hunting
Okay, so
hunting for that blade
5,
contact. I'm
fight.
just like you, man. I'm like, please touch my blade. Please touch my blade.
Oof.
That was
Underneath.
Ryan.
Pounds it down.
6-5 fight. Good
It
on
becomes a game of like hot
Sixes.
potato.
Fight.
Like how short of a span of time can I allow you to touch my blade before I strike you?
All right.
Oh. That was Ryan.
Good honor. 7.
Good
6.
grip switching
Fight.
there, Ryan.
You should have had that right there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Ryan.
8-6. Ryan, fight.
Ooh.
Nothing done. But the blade work. Just.
Oh.
Oh,
We both called it.
I think I was Ryan.
I know he touched me.
And just a little drumstick tap on
Yeah.
that
8-7.
one.
yeah.
You're good.
8-7. Fight.
Oh.
Weak.
Okay.
9.
9.
Man, his blade
7,
got to
fight.
you almost,
Ryan.
but
Mm-hmm.
You
Right
actually
underneath.
made contact. He didn't make any contact. That's a tough thing to swallow.
I would have quit for the night if I'd done that.
I almost thought you did for a second.
Look at the speed of the blades.
Yeah. You're starting to fight similarly
Oh.
now. It's actually kind of cool
Yeah.
because
Sprague.
you're both
8,
good
9?
at the same
For no,
types
Sprague
of
shoes are-
Yeah.
things. I mean, you
It's
do
9
your
for
own
Ryan,
things
8
well,
for
but you're good at the same
Sprague, yep.
types of things
And hold,
too. So
hold-
it makes for a
hold.
very
we
interesting
need to tie
match.
those shoes.
Yeah, I know what you mean on that.
Also, probably a frustrating match.
Yeah.
It's
I
fun.
never got no pants.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Want 'em.
Hold
Yeah, that's not
9.
He got that.
Good
Fight.
strike there.
That's exactly why he
Yeah, he said he's gonna get that point, but look, he might even win this. Hold.
Oh,
He did win.
See?
See what happens when you tie your shoes?
Wow.
That's what happens when you tie.
That was crazy.
How
That was
about that
crazy.
for an ending?
That was a good one.
That was fun. That was
Okay,
fun.
so I amend my earlier assessment,
I thought you might.
and we're now tied. Can we have a tie for gold?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
the
that's
tie
fine.
for gold.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fun.
that was
Yeah.
cool. That was a good night of fights, boys.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
every time there's like improvement in everybody, so it makes it like fun for me because what has been a month, 6 weeks since the last time we sat together, and just in that amount of time, how much I mean, like Ryan's not in a position to be improving as much as he is every time, and there he is improving every time.
He's getting so good. He's getting, and it's that's the thing, is that I love that we're all getting that much better.
That's my
because
point. You
I
too.
have to
It's
fight
like
better to fight Ryan.
that's the
and-
point.
And when I actually bring some heat, Ryan has to get better to go, whoa, Roland's
Arms race
stepping
right
up.
away.
And the reactions are quicker. We're reading sort of each other better, but we're also really, really sort of informing how everybody else fights. The
Yeah.
way that Sprague fights now, especially like this last one, and you saw it against Christy and you saw it against Ryan there, that it's just he's such a good fighter now, that he's doing completely different things than he was it's so cool to see.
Well, a lot of times, like
An
you'll
evolution.
expect a beginner would maybe like improve like this much. We're just
Mhm.
using arbitrary amounts, right? But like this much, if an advanced person is improving like this much, which is a good amount for an advanced person.
Right. Yeah.
But it's more like this much for beginners and like this much for advanced people, which is huge. That's huge. And for people like Ryan and yourself, Roland, to be improving alongside people like Christy and Chica, who should be improving, that to me is what proves that what you guys do works. What you're learning and practicing works. So good night of fights.
I think so. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed getting my ass kicked by everybody. It was really fun.
I appreciate the
I've only
invite from
watched,
you.
Yeah, you were doing a bit ass kicking yourself there. So
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
But
I appreciate the invite, guys. It's
No, absolutely.
it's been another fun one.
every
Thank
time
you
and
so much.
anytime, drop in. And yep. Thank you guys.